Hi, this is Angel Ribo with Mindalia TV, and we are here today super excited to have with us Dr. Stan Pierce. Hi, Dr. Pierce, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So just to give you a little bit of overview of what Dr. Pierce does, he's a chiropractor and he's also the international lead instructor for a new chiropractic technique called EPIC. What is EPIC, Dr. Pierce?
Well, EPIC is an acronym that stands for Evolutionary Percussive Instrument Corrections. So what it is, it's a technologically advanced procedure in chiropractic that can align the spine through a three-dimensional sound wave impulse and allow the entire spine to untwist in response to that. So it's a mathematically based approach, it's measurable, it's scientific, and it's very gentle, works on everyone, it's customized per patient, and it's the most corrective procedure that I know of.
How does it make, what makes EPIC unique from a patient's perspective, Dr. Pierce?
Well, first it removes any concerns or fears. Some patients are very worried about having more of the twisting type of adjustments to their neck, for example. And this is a gentle sound wave that will slide the vertebrae with no risk of injury, no trauma, no pain. And so it's very gentle for the patients. That's the first major factor, major benefit from it. But secondly, we apply that technology to the upper neck area and we can cause the entire spine to untwist. So the reason that's important is a lot of times patients are experiencing ongoing full spine pain, scoliosis, spasms, disc problems, and everyone is trying to treat the damaging area. We go after the actual cause of the damage.
Only using sound?
Absolutely.
Wow, how is that possible?
Well, the same way that we're having a conversation right now.
Okay.
You're using sound wave to move bones of my inner ear with your questions. So sound wave has been moving bones since the beginning of time. When we were babies in the womb, we recognized our mom's voice through sound wave moving bones of our ear. The medical field will use sound wave to break up kidney stones. They call it lithotripsy. So the fact that we can slide a vertebrae nice and gently with a percussion sound wave is a great benefit to the patient.
And when was that technique started?
The technique itself, the technology began back in the 1970s.
All right.
And then it was upgraded in the early 2000s, and then EPIC's been occurring for the last 4 to 5 years and really taking off inside the profession, trying to help new graduate doctors be able to render high quality results. Even though they're a new graduate and a new doctor, the technology allows them to get experienced veteran quality type of results from day one in practice.
Let's go back a little bit in time, and could you tell us when your journey started as a chiropractor?
Well, I'm a 4th generation chiropractor, so my family's always grown up in the profession. We knew the founders of the profession, so that has its pros and cons, but that was actually the reason I did not want to be a chiropractor, because I didn't want to just follow in everyone else's footsteps and ride their coattails, so to speak. So I went to chiropractic college actually to play soccer. Loved soccer my whole life, and I went to play and had some major knee problems occurring. And one of the team chiropractors adjusted my knee, and my leg injuries were gone within 2 days. So I became reinvigorated about the profession and then started into chiropractic school and went through the curriculum and asked a lot of questions. A lot of questions. I wanted to know, where's the science? I wanted to know, how do we know for sure that a patient needs to be adjusted? I understood that the brain needs to communicate through the spinal cord out the nerves to tell the body how to function right. That was a principle that pretty much everyone understands. But I wanted to understand how a chiropractor can be certain to know which bones need to be adjusted, how far they need to be adjusted, and that he fully corrected them with the adjustment. And I also asked a lot of questions about holding the correction, like how long people could stay in alignment. And that was frustrating a bit to me, because most of my teachers didn't seem to focus on patients maintaining alignment. It was more of patients coming in to be adjusted and adjusted and adjusted, and that didn't resonate very well with me. I thought we should be able to correct people very well and have them hold those corrections for long-term results. So going through school was a bit of a challenge, although it was still enjoyable and I still love my profession, and my profession is amazing. From the holistic world, it can help so many conditions and problems, but still looking for that better approach, that next breakthrough of technology, how we could correct everyone, and how it doesn't have to be an experiment of we'll try this and see what happens, but instead where we could fix each person as perfectly as you can to get them to have maximum results quickly and sustained results over a longer period of time.
What does serving your patients, what does that mean to you?
That's a great question. It's my entire life is about serving, whether it's holding the door for you when you walk in or whether it's taking the pressure off the brainstem with a proper position of your neck. It's all service, and it's just a matter of optimizing the health of each person, optimizing the quality of life for each person. So is it important to educate people on drinking water and eating healthy and exercising? For sure. And that's why the word doctor means teacher, because we're supposed to educate you on those things. But then when it comes down to the type of care we render, I have to constantly strive to learn more and find more ways of getting you better results. That's what service is to me. I have to keep getting better for you year after year. And that's hard sometimes because a lot of politics and a lot of insurance regulations, a lot of things kind of suppress advancement. And that's not fair for the patients, but it's often part of the industry. So service to me means you have to be disruptive sometimes. You have to challenge the status quo. And in EPIC, that's part of our mission statement, actually. We believe in challenging the status quo in healthcare as well as in chiropractic, forever striving to improve our quality of care. We will always look for the next conceptual or technological breakthrough that will help us achieve better spinal corrections for optimal patient health.
Let's go back to the life of your patients. You mentioned fear. I guess fear is a very important factor in your practice. So the fact that you are applying a sound, you said before, it lessens the fear in the mind of your patient. But what else? What are the other fears that typically your patients are going through?
Patients have a fear that their quality of life is never going to be great. They often have the worst thing a doctor can ever do is steal your hope. That's the worst. Like, that makes me emotional when I think of people just losing hope for a healthy life. They have a fear of genetic predispositions. They have a fear of aging. They have a fear of losing their ability to play with their grandkids or maintain their job. Guys often have a fear of losing their identity. We're supposed to be Superman and able to, just tough it through and just push through pain and push through problems because we're supposed to take care of the family. And we start to get fearful, which makes us angry. So there's a lot of fears that the public has. There's a fear that they also have of looking outside of the medical box. It's very interesting that we sometimes act like the non-traditional medical approaches are scary. And I think, well, did you see the list of side effects that you might obtain when you take that medication? Do you know every surgery you go into, you could die? There's a lot of fear. And so I don't project fear to my patients. Instead, I talk about, no, here's the cause of the problem, it's fixable, and your quality of life can return, it will return, and here's the things you can do to support that recovery, but here's the underlying root cause of the dysfunction in your body. Your spine's out of alignment, here's the x-rays, here's the measurements, you can see it, it can be measured, it can be corrected, and we can remeasure it after the adjustment with post x-ray to make certain it was fully corrected. So when patients get to see it, it becomes real. And with that knowledge, they now can be in control, they can be in power to regain their health instead of being a victim of another doctor having to constantly do things to you for you to be able to live in this life. You should be able to control your health, but a lot of times doctors don't look at it that way. They don't look at what can I do to release your body's ability to heal itself and then educate you on what you can do to maintain that recovery. That's life, that's quality of living, and instead, people have been told or sold the idea that you will fall apart with age. That's so not true. In fact, age is just a calculator. That's all that it is, because you could take somebody who is making very bad health choices year after year and their health is terrible, teach them new, teach them different, and they embrace that hope, and they make different choices, and year after year of getting older, they get healthier. It's just a calculator. But people aren't taught what they need to do to have the calculator measure progress and improve. So that's a fear a lot of people have, is that I am a victim in life rather than I can control my health.
Can any condition be treated with chiropractic?
Absolutely. So this is a really interesting dilemma, is a lot of people try to pin down a certain treatment for a certain symptom or disease. But chiropractic's primary role, its essential role, is it is the profession that is supposed to be able to find spinal vertebrae misalignments that are interfering with nerve flow to the body. They're supposed to be the doctors that are able to find that and correct it. That's their exclusive identity in the healthcare industry. When a nerve or the spinal cord is disrupted from functioning right, it can cause any damaging effect in the body. It can suppress the immune system. It can make muscles spasm on one side more than the other and cause scoliosis. It can create referral tension headaches or migraines.
And how can someone know if the condition that they are suffering can actually be helped with chiropractic?
It's so simple. You simply visit an office and say, would you please examine my spine to see if I'm out of alignment or not? That's it. It's that
simple.
Easy. And if the chiropractor is ethical, like for example, when I examine a patient, I hope that they're fine. I hope I examine them and find no interference whatsoever and they're functioning just the way they were created to be. If they're not, let's fix that. Why would you wait and neglect the spine and see how much damage you have to keep treating with the drug shot surgeries instead of just fixing the root cause of the problem?
Why your practice is not more known? Why are there not more people going visit the chiropractors?
Well, Epic is becoming quite known. I have patients from 38 countries that fly in to see me.
Wow.
In Clearwater, in Clearwater, Florida, at Epic Clinics. So word gets out, but it's organically growing from a grassroots level. It's very hard to market through the media because there's a lot of counteractive forces to that. And it's very expensive to do that. So a lot of private practices don't have the capital to be able to do mass public awareness campaigns. But programs like yours giving me the opportunity to come speak about it is one way we can help.
Absolutely. Could you tell us again more precisely how can our audience, Mindalia TV audience, find you?
Sure. Our clinic is in Clearwater, Florida. It's called Epic Clinics. The phone number is 727-223-9970. And I'm Dr. Stan Pierce, and we look forward to helping you.
Awesome. Just to end our conversation today, Dr. Pierce, what would be that one advice that you would like to leave our audience with?
Don't let doctors steal your hope. Don't let them make you think you're stuck with a condition and there's nothing that can be done. There's absolutely always something that can be done. And the other thing I would say is, remember this, if a doctor can't tell you what is causing your problem, then that doctor cannot fix what's causing the problem. So always ask your doctor, what is the underlying cause of why my body is not healing this condition? And then find a doctor who will fix that cause. Excellent.
What a great piece of advice. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Pierce. And again, we had today Dr. Stan Pierce with us, fourth generator chiropractor, and the international lead instructor for this new chiropractic technique called Epic. And I'm Angel Ribo with Mindalia TV, and thank you very much for being with us today.